Hey guys, what's going on? Megan here. So, another episode of Top Tier Tuesday. This one, we're going to use the same tier list we use for top 10 protein sources for muscle growth, but we're going to twist it up this time and do top 10 protein sources for fat loss to lose weight. Now, obviously, keep in mind there's nothing magical about these protein sources, right? Food is food. So, the criteria we're going to focus on is one, something that's going to keep you full, right? Something that's going to be slow to digest, because obviously, if you're on a caloric deficit or you're cutting, you want to focus on protein sources that are going to keep you full for as long as possible, right? You don't want to eat something that's going to make you hungry an hour later, right? Yes, obviously, you're still going to lose weight if you're in a deficit, but the goal here is to make it as easy as possible, right? So that's the criteria we're using. We need something that's slow to digest. This way you stay full as long as possible. That's going to make your cut easier. And number two, we need something that's also packed with nutrients, right? Because remember, if you restrict your calories, chances are you're going to run into vitamin and mineral deficiencies because obviously you're not eating as much, especially when you go very low. So let's say 2,000 calories or less. Some of you guys are even cutting on like 1,800 calories. It's going to be very, very hard for you guys to get all your vitamins and minerals. And obviously multivitamins are trash. So the key is to be in a deficit while at the same time maximizing the amount of bioavailable vitamins and minerals that you can get from these foods. All right, so let's get started. Chicken. Believe it or not, as popular as it is, I'm going to put in okay. And the reason why I'm putting it okay is because, one, it digests very fucking fast, right? If you eat chicken, it's going to be out of your stomach within an hour or two. Usually 2 hours, depending on how much fat is on it, right? That's not enough to stay full. And on top of that, it's not as dense as other sources when it comes to vitamins and minerals, right? So, as hyped up as chicken is, yeah, it tastes great, but it won't be at the top of my list if I'm helping someone lose weight or if I'm designing a meal plan for fat loss in general. Next, milk. Obviously, I'm going to put milk at pure garbage. I know it's going to shock a lot of you guys because milk is one of my top protein sources. But remember, this is not for muscle growth. This is for fat loss. This is being in a caloric deficit. This is for limiting your appetite. Milk digests way too fast, right? Obviously, drinking milk, that shit's going to be out of your system within an hour to an hour and a half. Out of your stomach. So that's not a good protein source to stay full. The nutrients are there, but once again, you're going to be hungry way too soon. Next, shrimp. Again, I'm also going to put shrimp down here at bad because no one eats shrimp and says, ooh, I'm full for the next 4 hours, right? Yes, the digestion time is a bit longer, but you're going to be hungry within 2 hours, right? It's not something it's not very satiating. And it's also very low in nutrients relative to the other items on the list, right? Keep in mind, all these things have nutrients, but relative to the other items on the list, they're not at the top. Beans, I'm going to put beans that fucking amazing for cutting. And I'll tell you what. One, obviously, it's going to take a while to digest due to the fiber content. Two, you're getting your nutrients. You're getting a shit ton of nutrients and your fiber, of course. And three, beans are very fucking balanced when it comes to macros. You're getting protein, you're getting carbs, you're getting fiber. Very hard to beat that when you're on a caloric deficit. Next, in the fucking amazing category, cottage cheese. Once again, high in protein, so that's going to be very satiating. But two, it takes a very long time to digest, on top of the fact that it has casein. So that's going to be in your digestive tract longer, and that's going to help keep you full. The only thing is, it's not very, very, very high in nutrient density. Next, eggs. Again, I want to put eggs at okay. They're not going to go high on the list for two main reasons. One, eggs actually digest pretty fucking fast, right? Especially if you're doing egg whites. Now, if you're using egg yolks, if you're eating the yolk with the egg whites, then digestion is going to be a little longer, but not as much. Now, it's very, very high in nutrient density, right? So I was going to put it in fucking amazing. But once again, for the amount of calories you're getting, eggs are just not satiating enough, right? You're going to be ready to go in about 2 to 3 hours, right? In fact, the whole egg can take sometimes just an hour to digest, depending on what else is in your stomach. Next, whey protein. Again, something that was at the top of the list when we were doing the previous video. This one is going to be in pure garbage, once again, simply because it digests way too fast, right? About an hour and a half, and this thing is done. You're going to be hungry again, right? So, not good enough when you're looking for something to keep you full. And obviously, the nutrient density is not as high as the other items here. Next, salmon. Now, I'm going to put salmon here right at the top of okay. I wanted to put it in fucking amazing simply because it is one of the highest nutrient dense protein sources out there, so full of nutrients. I mean, just 4 ounces of salmon is going to give you vitamin D, your omega-3s for the day, your B vitamins, your selenium, potassium, zinc, phosphorus, you name it, right? Very, very high nutrient density. The only thing is you're going to be hungry within 2 hours, probably an hour and a half for some people, right? That's the only issue I have with fish, right? That's just way too fast unless you eat it with a ton of fiber to try to slow down digestion. But once again, we're referring to protein only, not protein combined with fiber and fats and stuff like that. Next, we have pork. Believe it or not, I'm about to nut category, right? I mean, this thing will stay in your stomach for at least 4 to 5 hours, right? Now, again, depending on who you ask, some people are going to say that's not a good thing, blah, blah, blah. But remember, if you're in a caloric deficit, you're trying to stay full, right? One of the number one reasons why people break the diet simply because they're hungry. So you want something that's going to keep you full. And pork is going to stay in your stomach for at least 4 to 5 hours, right? Depending on the cut, of course, right? So that's going to keep you full for a long time, especially if you eat that for breakfast, which is obviously a very unusual breakfast choice. But trust me, when you're in a caloric deficit, you want to eat something filling early in the day, as early as possible, to try to keep hunger at bay. And pork is definitely up there. Plus, once again, very high nutrient density. You're getting all your B vitamins, you're getting your zinc, you're getting your iron, some selenium. So even though it's a bit high in calories, again, depending on the cut, if you take something lean, you don't have to worry about the high fat content, but you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. And last but not least, steak, right? Just fucking meat, red meat, at the very top of this list. If you're trying to go on a caloric deficit, so you want something that's going to keep you full, steak is up there. Just like pork, it's going to be in your stomach for at least 4.5 hours, and that's at least, right? If you're eating something else with that, then it's going to be in your stomach even longer. So that's going to keep you full. No one eats 10 ounces of steak in the morning and says, oh, I'm hungry 2 hours later. You know, I mean, like, unless you have a monster appetite, that's probably not going to be the case. So it's going to keep you full. And two, the nutrient density is off the charts. Up there with salmon, right? Red meat needs no introduction when it comes to nutrient density in protein sources. And if you're eating beef liver, oh my God, it's even more nutrients. But not to mention, you're also getting creatine, you know, a ton of creatine relative to the other sources. You're getting your iron, you're getting your zinc, you're getting your B vitamins, you're getting creatine, you're getting carnitine. I mean, come on, you cannot go wrong with steak. And it's going to keep you full for most of the day. And as far as calories go, yeah, it's very high in fat. But once again, you could try to make it fit your macros, or you could just take a very lean cut. But keep in mind that, yes, even though it's high in calories, it's going to keep you full for so long that you might still be in a caloric deficit, right? Because you're not going to overeat, right? So it's not all about just, oh, this thing is high in calories, or this thing is low in calories, right? Something can be low in calories, but if you're going to keep eating all day long, eventually that might put you in a surplus. All right, so keep things in context. But anyway, guys, that's the list. Keep in mind, this is for creating a caloric deficit as efficiently as possible, right? While getting a lot of vitamins and minerals at the same time. You can create a deficit with any of these foods, right? It's just a matter of efficiency and effectiveness, right? But anyway, guys, hope this video helps. Comment below. Let me know what you want me to rank in the next episode of Top Tier Tuesday. I'm out of here. Alright guys, don't forget to like or share the video, subscribe and hit the bell, and buy my HSP Nucleus Overload Training Program. It's the ultimate program for maximum muscle growth. It includes full body workout splits, bro splits, push-pull, home workouts, you name it. Also comes with a complete guide for macros, nutrition, fat loss, muscle growth, hormones, including a meal plan. It's pretty much all my 16 years of experience condensed into one fucking book. You're also going to get free copies of any future edition. So visit Team3DAlpha.com and you can use the 40% off coupon code Nucleus Overload. Or you could just buy the shit at full price. Alright guys, I'm out of here.